live. Yep, cool. That was really well timed. Cool. All right, let me get all my crap up. Believe it or not, this is the very first stream we've done in almost 3 years without any problems on the channel. Yeah. All my warnings are gone. All my strikes are gone. We're officially in good boy territory. All right, now it's time for me to unload. About to fucking taking off all the fucking... What's up, Fernando? Hopefully that'll help the channel more out long term. Maybe get more people viewing it. Maybe some of the videos I upload will get a few more views again. It'll be pretty nice, hopefully. We'll see how it all winds up playing out. I wonder if there are just random people that are like, holy shit, I haven't got a notification from this guy in a while. What the hell? Anyway, how's everybody doing? Hopefully quite well. All right, let me just go into the Discord. A little late. I worked a little later. We did the first half of the Dolphins and Titans, and then we dipped out because it was boring, and then, of course, we missed a great game. Or at least a great finish. I don't know if it was a really good game. I heard it was like a field goal fest. So, I'm like, ugh. Both the games stunk until the end, so it was just like, I was just bored and wanted to go. I was like, screw this, I'm leaving. So we got out of there. I don't know. What's up, Daniel? What's up, Phil? Damn, we're up to 7 likes. That's really good. I appreciate you guys. What's up, Daniel? Phil, we play each other in the playoffs in fantasy. Can you believe it? Hold on, let me show you. Make sure you're making your fantasy moves, Phil. It's the playoffs. And by the way, in either of these leagues, I'm going to make the official announcement. For the Viewers League and for the Dirty League, since I'm not broke anymore, I intend to buy 2 trophies. It'll be inscribed, right? It'll say Dirty League and Viewers League, first place. It'll go to, you know, whoever wins. I'll put your team name on it. That way, this was going to be a secret, the entire thing. There is a small trophy that'll come your way. It'll be pretty funny. I think that's a fair thing to do. Yeah, we play each other in the playoffs. Kind of a brutal. It's a brutal way for you to have to go out. Hopefully you're ready. But yeah, I'll also be sending Kenny a trophy with 2 titles on it. Yeah, I mean, you know, the Titans are a weird team. I have to do something real fast. Look at that, guys. No trouble on the channels. You know what's funny? I went up 10 subs today. It's something I was tracking. I was nowhere near 700 already, or the 8,700. Now I'm up 10 subs already, which is pretty crazy. Anyway, make sure you guys are leaving likes. Help the channel out. It's pretty cool. Nice to see a little growth again. Tomorrow is going to be yeah, that's going to be a bad game. Yeah, the Titans got caught, or the Dolphins got caught. I don't know what they got caught in, but they certainly got caught. Someone made a pretty good observation that the Dolphins going in on this like hellacious course to get to or to get Tyreek to 2,000 yards is kind of like weirdly stunting their play calling. And I'm starting to wonder if there's like a little bit of truth to that, right? Because it feels like when there's 2 different kinds of offenses for the Dolphins, there's like the offense when Tua's out there or when Tyreek's out there, then there's the offense without Tyreek. And it's like one completely just is like more efficient, quick down the field, quick, as many plays to Tyreek as possible. The other is kind of slow, kind of spread out, a lot more running the ball. It's not as efficient. What do you mean tomorrow? Oh, and like just the regular season? Possibly. So, I don't know. Dolphins are an interesting team. I can't really put my thumb on them. They seem like a good team. They are a good team, but I feel like what's up, politics? I feel like a part of the problem for the Dolphins is there is two distinct like identities to their offense. One is not as good because it doesn't have Tyreek Hill and it doesn't like center around him, but the other is just like it's like the best offense in football. It's like there's like a dichotomy there. No, they're not trash. I mean, they're in first place. I don't know. I hate the argument of you couldn't beat 500 teams. Again, I've always made the argument that that doesn't mean anything until you go to the playoffs. Keenan Allen's out. Yeah, I seen that. I mean, could it be the Titans just played a really good game? Yeah, in the playoffs. Regular season doesn't matter. I've watched numerous Patriots teams beat one team or no teams with an above 500 record and then win the Super Bowl. Like it doesn't really matter. Like to me, it doesn't matter that much. It's literally like if you go and you win a playoff game, despite how many like easy schedules you got, it's like who cares? Like what? Why is that a thing? Like it mattered obviously to Minnesota last year because they went 13-4 and immediately lost in the playoffs. Like that's a sign where it's like, yeah, they won because of their easy schedule. Like to say a team is fraudulent and only won because of their schedule, you have to wait till the end of the season and see how their season ends, right? Because it's one of those things where you can't really diagnose it in the year. Because another thing is the Dolphins don't only just beat bad teams, they kick the fuck out of them. So it's not like if they were like struggle bus beating teams like the Patriots, you're gonna not win every game. You're gonna occasionally lose to the Titans. They're a weird team. Adams and Jacobs are somehow questionable. So yeah, it's gonna be a bad game, politics. So we'll see in the playoffs, Phil. If they immediately lose, then yeah, you have some merit to it. You know, it's like, oh, they were fraudulent. They were scheduled. Yeah, they're clearly a bad team. Phil, that's a stupid thing to say. I'm sorry, man. That's a dumb analysis of football. So all those Patriots teams that like would lose to like the one good team they'd play a year were actually bad. No, you can't make the judgment of who, like how they play or who they play till they to the playoffs. I genuinely do think that. I'm like, well, what are we taking away here? Like, oh yeah, they only could beat bad teams. You can only play who's on your schedule. I mean, and it's like computer generated. It's not like anything like nefarious is going on. Who got hurt for the Browns, Max? So 49ers already clinched. Yeah, we have a couple of things to clinch. We could talk about the Patriots and Chiefs here. It would be insane if they were to actually somehow complete this upset. Yeah, I mean, yeah, now they have to get it against a harder team, which is fine. If the Dolphins can beat one team over 500, Delpit, Hurst, and oh Jesus, dude. I'm telling you, if the NFL wasn't rigged, or well, not rigged, but bullshit for quarterbacks, Garrett would be an MVP candidate. He really should be. I hope he gets a vote. Like, I hope just one person gives him a vote, because then that'd be pretty cool. The craziness of the Patriots beating the Chiefs wouldn't be because the Patriots have like this great team. It's because the Chiefs offense is so bad. It's not out of the question that a defense like the Patriots could shut them out. I know that sounds crazy, but it's not. It's like, what do the Patriots do really well? They're very good against the pass. Oh shit. Yeah, they're like pass stopping specialists pretty much. That's like their thing. You can kind of run on them, but not really. I mean, and we know how to play Mahomes. Like, we genuinely know how to play this dude. It's not like we know exactly what his secrets are. We know all his little tricks. We know all his little tendencies. We've been dealing with this dude since 2018. Yeah, I already predicted all of this. Remember during the preseason, when I said that the Chiefs offense was going to be bad this year in July? And everyone told me that, like, I don't know, Rob. I know you're pretty good at these predictions, and you're pretty good at analyzing offensive football, except for the Patriots, because you have a blind spot, because you're fucking biased. Literally, that's my only weak spot is the Patriots. I'm like, we look pretty good. And then I talk myself up into thinking we have this great offense that people aren't ready to see. It's going to be revolutionary with a bunch of 2s and 4s for receiving core. It's just like, yeah, you guys don't know what you're about to witness. It's going to be called the scary offense. Just lying through my teeth. But with the Chiefs, it was more along the lines of like bad receiving core. I didn't like who they drafted. I was like, Rice will take a year or so to get along. Travis Kelce's fucking 34. I don't know. I feel like I nailed it. And you know what's crazy? If their defense wasn't so good this year, I would have had the craziest correct prediction other than the Chargers winning the division. God damn it. You know what's crazy? If the Broncos do win, though, I was like 90% of the way right about my prediction this year. My big preseason, like, hey, this is my, big take for the season, if you will. They can kind of run the ball. Pacheco is okay. Yeah, if the Chargers had a real coach, you guys would have ran away with it. I'd say it's like 90% of the way right. The only thing I got wrong was that the Chargers won the division. The essence of the prediction was the Chiefs' offense will collapse. I nailed that. I was completely right about that. There's no question. And that the Chiefs wouldn't win the division. Somebody else would. Could be. And I said the Chargers. I messed on that. I'll own up to it. Brandon Staley ruined it. What's up, Ven? But if the Broncos can somehow steal that division, that would be insane. Yeah, they'll win the division still by the looks of it, because I think Denver's about to lose this week. But if the Patriots somehow upset the Chiefs and the Broncos beat the Lions, oh my God, we're looking at pandemonium out west. You guys won't even be able to tell me nothing. Ven's out here watching the artistic nudity streams. Ven, come on, man. Be stronger than this, brother. Fucking Ven looks like Quagmire in that episode of Family Guy. Hey, he points, his arm's just jacked. What happened in that last Packers game? I don't even remember. It's like, Ven, Jesus, dude. From giving up 70 to score 70 in the playoffs. Hey, I can't believe, that'd be crazy if Denver pulled that off space. I can't believe people still talking about the Mahomes freak out because of the offsides call. Mahomes should be fine. He's going to get fined pretty heavily for that. That might have been the craziest shit I think I've ever seen a quarterback do. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty crazy. And then for him to keep talking shit about it until the next day when he finally seen the play and went, oh no. It feels like they just lost 38-10, but they won 3-0. Yeah, dude, I don't know how to Minnesota, they're done for when they play a real team. Denver, Miami in the playoffs would be great. Yeah, I was actually starting to respect Mahomes. Literally, this season, I was like, I actually like Mahomes. He should win MVP. And then I seen that, and I went, I don't like this guy no more. That's weak. The fuck is that? The dude's the beneficiary of more soft officiating than I think I've ever seen. And he's like, that's the worst call ever. I'm like, bitch, I could pull up an out of bounds call that cost us a win and probably N'Keal Harry a career, because that dude has not recovered from that moment. Motherfucker. I hate him now. I'm back to hating Mahomes. Overrated fucking Tyreek Hill merchant. Look, I'm going to enjoy his fall. Oh, yeah. I got front row tickets. Inaccurate passing loser. Dude, I really hope we upset this team. I don't care about draft position. I don't care about draft stock. I just want to fucking upset the Chiefs. They ain't getting no calls against us. Now he has to go play the Patriots, a team that's the beneficiary of more fucking positive officiating. And guess what you never seen Tom Brady do? Cry like that about officiating like a bitch. To win Mahomes. Yeah, I kind of don't disagree. I think Tyreek Hill is very important. I said it didn't affect the play at all, so it shouldn't have counted. My first thought was, yeah, pretty much, Fernando. It didn't mess the play up, yeah, but you can't just break the rules, Mahomes. Your guy got to line up on sides. Yeah, Juju is probably gonna want to go off, dude. You guys don't know. We're this could happen. Tooney should have been cut Monday. Yeah, I think so. The fact that they're being patient with him just shows that they have absolutely nobody to throw the football to. Because if they had anybody else, they'd have cut his ass. That's how bad the Chiefs received. They're just like, well, we got to put up with Tony's mistakes. And guess what the Patriots are going to be able to do? Oh, we're going to get right underneath them cocksucker skins. We're going to piss them off and have them playing stupid football immediately. We did that to the Steelers. You see how mad we had the Steelers? Ruined Harry's career, possibly. Yeah, it's so much, man. Yeah, Patriots are really good at getting under fucking emotional player skins. We got Tony in our sights. We're like, all right, he's going to ruin the game. I really think we could get an upset here. This is going to be fun. I really hope we win. But if we lose, I'm fine with it too. Because again, draft stock, baby. I can't lose. This is the craziest position to be in. Why are teams a bad... How do you not enjoy football when your team sucks? You're like, listen, we can play spoiler, which is objectively the funniest thing in the world to do to a good team. Number two, you get a good draft position if you lose. You can't lose. Like, literally, you're just like, oh, well. This is fun, guys. I don't know why anyone ever complained about being bad. Like, what? You get a cool draft pick, too. It's fucking... This is cool. Yeah, Rashee Rice is actually pretty solid, but he's like a slow developer. I think he needs another year and another guy around him. Short the other day, and a stat showed that Mahomes throws to Kelsey like 8 out of 10 times. Yeah, because no one else is anything. There were plenty of receivers to sign in the offseason. Yeah, they didn't even try to sign DeAndre Hopkins because they didn't have no money. Didn't I explain that? The Chiefs had like $1 million this offseason. Mahomes restructured like $18-20 million so they could pay off some players on the team already. Yeah, unless you have like miserable ownership and like incompetent front office, like you should only be bad for like 2 seasons. So who cares? And coming from a guy who's watched his team win 6 Super Bowls, what's a couple bad years? It's like, fuck you, dude. Your team's literally gone undefeated before. It's like, yeah, it's fucking cool, man. It's not a big deal to lose a couple seasons. Winning next year. Dude, yeah, the whole thing is just, I really like Sky Moore coming out of college, too. I thought he'd be so much better. What up, Kenny? When they win 2 Super Bowls and having a bad season. Yeah, I mean, their team also is exhausted, it looks like. Yeah, I can't, like, if you're a Patriots fan, if you ever see a Patriots fan complaining about being bad, just be like, shut up, dude. When did you become a fan? What are you upset about? Enjoy being bad. Trust me, this is how we gain friends and people who don't hate the Patriots as a fan group. Because again, for the most part, Patriots fans have adjusted to being a shitty team, I think better than I've ever seen any team, other than the fact that they really want change and stuff like any other bad team does. I feel like the Patriots as a fan base, shockingly, just became a bad fan. We're like, all right, we're just bad now. Okay. Like, we're still a huge fan base. But you have to admit, there is something kind of impressive about the way the Patriots fan base has just kind of become like, they're just like, all right, they're not like crying about it. They're not like going, well, we won 6 Super Bowl. Like, you know how Dallas does it? Like, you know how like some teams fall from grace and it's really hard to, but Patriots fans are like, I guess we're just a shitty team now. Oh, can we hang out here with you guys again? Everyone's like, sure, I guess. It's weird. You guys suck bad. Yeah, I know we do. It's not good. And that's pretty much all you get from us. I don't know. It feels like Patriots fans are much better at being a shitty team than people probably ever thought they would be. And that's got to be disappointing because you're like, I can't wait to roast Patriots fans. And you're like, you guys suck. And they're like, yeah, I know. I hope we figure this out. I don't know what we're going to do. It's like, yeah, I watched Sky Moore play in person, so I really liked him how he played. Everyone's just kind of talking a little bit about that. Yeah, I'm hoping the Chiefs do something to put talent around Mahomes. You know the thing that's the most disappointing about Mahomes not having weapons. And the reason that like really kind of bums me out, I thought Mahomes was going to be that kind of quarterback that would like elevate kind of mid receivers to like good receivers. But I guess not. You know what I mean? Like it's one of them things where it's like, isn't he supposed to take a receiving core like that and kind of make them good with ball placement, with supreme accuracy, with wide open throws, with great reads, with reading the defense, throwing into anticipated open rate like throws, like all those things that you don't have when you don't have a receiver running 4-2. Why? Like it's just something like where I'm like, why isn't he like he's not an accurate passer, he's a gunslinger at heart. So I mean that is what it is. It's like always been meh. Again, Mahomes or fucking Tyreek Hill did a lot for that. You know what's funny? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Mahomes and Bailey Zappi have the same number of deep touchdown passes this year. 1. That's, I think, air yards over 20. Do you think Mahomes would be a good QB anywhere else? Yeah, probably. Andy Reid, I don't think is the end all be all. I think the end all be all of that team was Eric Bieniemy personally. But hey, whatever, man. They won Super Bowls with Eric. They didn't win anything with him. They look badly this year without him. Washington actually has like fucking Sam Howell. Isn't Sam Howell one of the leading passers other than like the picks and getting sacked? He's like on a Jameis Winston arc. Brett Favre doesn't just throw 40-yard jump balls. What do you mean by that, Cheeto? Yeah, pretty much. Mahomes probably would have been good anywhere he went. He's very talented. It's just his receiving. He's just not the guy that... What's up, Amir? It just seems that Mahomes' problem is he doesn't really elevate the receivers around him. He's still very good, by the way. He's still the best quarterback in the NFL, in my opinion, right now. Maybe Joe Burrow. But again, I feel like though Bieniemy is like look how good Howell looks. Look how fun that offense looks when they're blocking. That's Eric Bieniemy. That's what Eric Bieniemy is. That's what Mahomes is missing, I think. If Mahomes would have started his career with someone like the Giants or Bears, yeah, the Bears probably he's done. I don't know if he'd have made it with the Bears. I don't know. The Bears had Allen Robinson though. You know what I mean? When he was drafted, the Bears actually had a really good defense and like some parts and pieces of a good offense. Because remember, Mitch came in and went 12-4 and like wasn't the worst shit in the world. Like, could you imagine what a rookie Mahomes might have done with all that? I don't know. Maybe it worked. Maybe it would have worked. I have no idea. Because again, you got to remember the Bears did have something for like a really short period of time right there. Like they had like it was like it could have worked. The Cardinals might have been a death blow for him. They were really bad. Matt Nagy did want Mahomes, but I don't. And see, like Matt Nagy, yeah, Amir's here. It's always nice to see some people. By the way, thanks everyone for tuning in. This is our first stream back in a long time without any restrictions on the channel. So if you're wondering why you haven't seen me in a while, hello. I got a warning on my channel for saying some naughty shit, and now it's all gone. I've never gotten in trouble on YouTube in my life. We're back. My views are way up tonight. Don't know why. Pretty nice. I'm wondering what the actual views on uploads are going to look like. I hope it's a little bit better. I'm just hoping the views go up a little bit more. That's all. I don't think anything crazy. It's just nice to see nothing on my channel. It's very weird. Also, by the way, to anyone who didn't hear earlier, there is a reward in the playoffs of our stuff for whoever made the playoffs in fantasy football. We'll jump into the actual meat of the stuff. We'll just actually keep what we're doing. I don't think it's the biggest deal. So in this league, in the viewers league, we have our playoffs starting, obviously. So congratulations to me, to Phil, to Ven, to Kenny, to Tony Chop, that's Mysterio, to Karam. Sorry to everybody else. To the people who are in this. Pretty much, yeah. I got my second virginity here. I dated a girl like that, and I took that second virginity. It was, you know, I felt like a man. Anyway, We're looking at this here. The winner of this tournament will get a trophy. We are introducing trophies to the winners of this. It'll have your team name engraved or like put on there on a little plaque. It'll be a funny little trophy. I'll figure out what design we're gonna go with. Kenny, you will get a trophy with two like things that say like back-to-back Dirty Viewers League championship. If you win it a third, we'll order you an obvious special looking trophy for the Dirty League. So you will get one for your last 2 years, and if you happen to win a third year in one of these leagues, we'll kind of combine them into one, and then the winner of this will also get a trophy. Now that I'm not broke as shit, I can afford to do something like that. Just trying to get that order of business. So like, yeah, there's been a thing on the line. It's been my surprise. You think Kadarius Toney can become a good wide receiver? Yeah, I think so. He's talented. He just seems to be a bit of a absent-minded player. I think that might have been his rock bottom, though. I don't think there's any lower you can get than right there. You cost your team a win. Let's see if he can rise above this and start playing up to the talent that's there. But the problem for him also, he's very injury prone. Whenever he starts playing very well, Tony, he gets hurt. And then I think like he loses some football knowledge in the time that he's on the shelf. So when he comes back, he's not as sharp. So he starts making mistakes. You see the confidence go down. So he starts playing bad because the confidence is going down. It's like this whole nasty cycle that can happen to a player. And I hope that Tony can break it. Because again, he is a talented player. It's just like the injury cycle that he goes through is like, he's in the drop of confidence right now. It's really bad. I hope like he can get brought up. What do you hate the most? Players on the roster, the teams that didn't make the playoffs that you wish you had and you can play. Yeah, I know, but there isn't a consolation bracket. What are you doing? You're doing something cool, Kenny? Nice. I'm very skeptical on the head coach candidates this offseason. I like the Ravens DC a lot, and obviously Bieniemy seems like a viable seems like an option, but yeah, it doesn't feel like a ton of good options. I also wonder from the college ranks if somebody like Lincoln Riley's probably thinking about finally heading up and giving it a shot. Have to wonder if no, he's not going to go yet. It's not his time. I just like there's a few things. Bro, escape the Matrix. Do you think Kadarius? I read that, but yeah, Ryan Day, yeah, he could be an intriguing prospect. Jim Harbaugh, like this one's Jim, right? Yeah. There are some intriguing, more college guys, I think, than NFL. Of course, obviously, you got like Ben Johnson, you got like Aaron Clinton, but yeah, it just feels kind of weak. And I have a bad feeling that Ben Johnson isn't leaving Detroit, especially if they're going to go get like a young quarterback. He's like, wait a minute, I think I'll just stick around. He's young, isn't he, Ben Johnson? Jags and Bears considered day. I heard the Bears are really hot on Eric Bieniemy, depending on what happens with Eberflus. It on my video, and I post in that it is, and is Aaron Rodgers coming? Oh, you posted a video about is he coming back? I don't think so. Washington? Wait, isn't Washington playing for the national championship? How'd they get screwed? In what way? I mean, Bieniemy could become the head coach of there. I think Bieniemy's the head coach of the Commanders. I gotta go blow my nose. Hold on. One sec, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. Much better. Yeah. That sucks. Yeah, the Bears have been a lot better since Eberflus, but I don't know. I feel like the damage has already been done with Eberflus, but we'll see. He probably gets another year, especially since he's got Fields playing a lot better. The team looks a lot better. Yeah, Phil, you know that there's a playoff in college football, right? Phil, like I don't know how that's you like watch college football and shit. You know that like it's a 4-team tournament, right? For the national championship. I'm not trying again, I feel like that just slipped your mind somehow. The winner of that plays the winner of Michigan versus Alabama for the Natty. Next year they go up to like fucking like 12 teams. They don't even like slowly accelerate it. They're like, all right, instead of 4, we're gonna go 12, and everyone's like, oh, you could have just gone like 8. We only wanted 8. 8 was perfect. How about we do 30? Fuck it. It's just like, oh, we just said 8. 9 and 10 are irrelevant. We don't think any of them guys are good enough. We don't need fucking Liberty playing for this shit. Ben Johnson won't take the Panthers job. Yeah. There's no way. There's no way Ben goes to the Panthers job. Dude, no one's going to want that Panthers job. Why would you want that job? Unless you're like desperate to become a head coach again. It's going to be like Eric Mangini. It's going to be like, I'm back, bitches. I'm about to snitch on everybody. We're going to see some wild new coach come into the league because of that shit. Nobody wants to. Someone who's going to want to like, the fucking base is so salty. Giannis scored 64. Oof. The Pacers took the game ball. Damn. Oh, damn, dude. Yeah, that's like a record, isn't it? 64? No, it's not a game, but like that's like his personal best. Yeah, Hugh Jackson's going to be coaching the Panthers next year. He was like, I'm fucking back, baby. I may apply. Oh, I wish I could play this. I wish I could play that vent on the stream, but I know I can't. I'm not going to risk anything. In my head, I'm like, oh yeah, we got to play that. I'm like, wait a minute. No, don't. The NBA is vicious. This is how it all started. The fucking NBA. I don't like the NBA because of this. This all started on the NBA. This literally all my troubles. I'm not going to do that. To be Iowa's offensive court. Hey, you know what's funny? I could probably fill that out and just be like, yeah, I don't really know much, but I probably can score more than what you guys were doing last year. Plus, I really would like to go to your graduate school for writing, so. You might work like 4, then take 10 days. Oh, like a 10-day break? How long do you get off of school? Yeah, I was going to get to the Brock Purdy. By the way, if you're listening and wondering when we're going to get to the actual, what the title says, you just scroll more toward the end. I'm just going to let you know. Because this also is a news stream. This is like a NFL talk stream. This is our once a week actual like big news, like hot ticket stream we do. So if you're wondering what the playoff scenarios are, go to the end. Or just go to the NFL.com. We'll get to that soon. But yeah, that was hilarious what Cam Newton had to say about Brock Purdy. What was it? Dak, Tua Tagovailoa, that they're game managers, and they're not dynamic playmakers. And everybody's taking that as like some kind of weird insult, and it's like it's not. What's wrong with being a game manager? Yeah, I don't think Dak is. I think that's a wild statement about Dak. Dak has proven to be kind of a baller, but like the other two, how's it go, man? How you doing? Molinov, Molinlov, Molin. We'll just call you Molin. No, I have no problem with like. Well, you know what happened? The NFL media kind of poisoned everybody about game managing, and it's like, yeah, that's what you're kind of supposed to do on offense. You're supposed to manage the game. It's not an insult. Like, it's not really an insult. To me, it's not. It's like, oh, so that guy's really good at, like, not fucking up and turning the ball over, messing the game up, ruining the game for the offense, being the problem of the offense. No, game managers are perfectly fine. You can win Super Bowls. You can win multiple Super Bowls. Until 2007, Tom Brady was a fucking game manager in the playoffs anyway. That was a dynasty. He won a dynasty off that. What Cam was basically saying is compared to someone like Cam who has like the same career passing numbers as Dak, but like 5,000 extra yards and like 200 rushing touchdowns or some crazy shit like that. Who's a playmaker, Dak or Cam Newton? Like, what's the dynamic difference maker of a football game? Cam Newton? Tua Tagovailoa. Compare receiving cores. Who the fuck was he? Was throwing a Ted Ginn Jr. Come on now. Like, Cam was Cam is making a very accurate, astute observation that, like, they're he's not even saying they're like bad passers. They're just game managers. They like do one thing. Like, they throw the football around and they're pretty good at it. But like Cam is correct. They're not big dynamic playmakers. Like, they're not fucking launching it 80 yards down the field. Yeah, Cam's right. He's right about this. Like, Cam and Dak right now have the same almost career passing numbers. I think Dak is slightly better of a career passer than Cam. Cam also has 5,000 rushing yards and I think 120 rushing touchdowns. What? Just kind of dial that into your head a little bit about what that. It's like, oh yeah, holy shit, yeah, that's right, isn't it? Dude, yeah, he was a very good game manager. What's wrong with that? What else is he supposed to? He's supposed to throw the ball to the receivers, not get sacked, and not turn it over. That's what game managers do. Make plays, get the ball to the playmakers, fucking don't turn it over, and don't take your sack. Boom. That's a perfect game manager. Dude, literally win multiple Super Bowls. Peyton Manning was just a game manager too. Like, what the fuck did he do different? He didn't turn it over. He got the ball to his playmakers. I mean, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning were more field generals, I guess you could say, because, again, they called billions of audibles. I think that's a more respectable way to look at it, more like a field general role than, like, the game manager. But, like, game managers can turn into field generals. Like, that's the funniest thing. Dak is in the process of becoming a field general, right? He's becoming very good with the football. He's changing plays. He's starting to notice how to, like, read defenses a lot better. Like, he's becoming, like, more of, like, that guy down the, like, boom, 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 boom. You have a month off? Nice, Kenny. Again, and that's nothing wrong with that. You're a young quarterback. Maybe it takes you 6, 7, 8 years. Will not play. Good news is Dalton Schultz and Kaimi Fairbanks. Okay. Yeah, CJ Stroud probably isn't going to play this week. That concussion sucks. But yeah, there's nothing wrong. To me, game manager, I don't know why NFL media made that sound so dirty. You know why they did that? Because there was a way to diminish Tom Brady. Mahomes is a gunslinger. Like, him and Stafford are the last two true gunslingers. Everybody else plays normal football. Sam Howell's a bit of a gunslinger too. I kind of like that. He just fucking launches it. He's just like, I don't give a fuck. We're throwing this shit. Zach Wilson has a little bit of gunslinger in him. Those are probably the last of the cool ass quarterbacks I really always respect, like Brett Favre and Ben Roethlisberger. No. Aaron is really is like a field general. Aaron's really good at quarterback, dude. As much as I may not like Aaron Rodgers, he's like a technician with the football. No, he's not just errantly throwing the football down the field. If Aaron throws it deep, he puts it pretty much exactly where he wanted to put the football. He's a fucking precision monkey, like, master. Yep, he's a gunslinger. Zach Wilson's a gunslinger. That's his big problem. Accuracy be damned. He's fucking launching it. He's got an arm. He's gonna use it. It's just Stafford's the same way. Though Stafford has an interesting arc where he like figured out how to not be a gunslinger for like 4 years in Detroit. Then his numbers all dropped, and he went fuck this when he went to the Rams and won a Super Bowl back as a gunslinger. It's fun to follow Matthew Stafford's trajectory in the NFL. It went like gunslinger, not a gunslinger, back to gunslinger. Yeah, Aaron has a great arm, but he's very precise with the football. Compared to I wouldn't call him a gunslinger. It's like Brett Favre's, Mahomes's, Ben Roethlisberger. I don't know if he was though. Ben could just throw it really far because he's 6'6". Just how could Ben throw so far? I don't know. He's giant with big ass arm. Anyway, I'm gonna quickly go over these. All right, Baltimore can clinch a playoff berth this week. Not anything crazy. Not their division. Baltimore all 9 scenarios start with the Baltimore win. So Baltimore's got to win, of course. What's up, that one guy? Denver has to lose in 4 of the scenarios. Buffalo has to lose in 3 of the scenarios. And Cleveland or Houston have to lose in the last 2. In the Denver scenarios, they need Buffalo to lose, Cleveland to lose, Pittsburgh to lose, or Houston to lose or tie. Okay. In the Buffalo first loses scenario, it would be Cleveland loss or tie, or Pittsburgh loss or tie. Okay. So basically, and then, it just gets kind of convoluted. So their best shot is they win, Baltimore takes a W. Denver loses to the Lions, and either the Bills lose, which I think they played Dallas, so there's a good shot there. Cleveland loses. I forgot who Cleveland's playing, but I think Cleveland's got a pretty easy game ahead of them. And the Texans lose. That's because of the injuries to the Texans. This one is their most likely route in. Because again, Buffalo could win that game because it's at home. So, Oh, Pittsburgh and Indy tying would get them in also somehow. So that's funny. So Baltimore has like a weird. Anyway, they're the only AFC team and the first AFC team that can clinch. So that's kind of cool. Dallas can basically clinch a playoff berth with any of the following scenarios. They win. So they beat the Bills, they get it. They don't even got to win. This could happen. This could happen independent. If the Rams and Seattle lose, they make the playoffs. Dallas will clinch a playoff spot outright. They have a whole bunch of things where it just doesn't matter what they do. If Green Bay, Atlanta, and Seattle lose, Green Bay, Atlanta, Detroit, Green Bay, Atlanta, and Detroit wins, they get a playoff spot, which is I've never actually seen that before in my entire life, where it's like, all right, if the Lions win, you get a playoff berth. What? Yeah, we don't know why that. We're just gonna give you guys a playoff spot over Detroit if they win. What about us? It doesn't. You guys are relevant. I kind of like that, where it's like Tampa lost, Minnesota lost, and Detroit win. I think it's because it would eliminate Minnesota. There's like a weird thing for Detroit where if Minnesota loses, yeah, it's like Minnesota, Seattle, and Tampa. Yeah, there's this one. Detroit wins, Rams lost, Minnesota lost. So Detroit also has a bunch of playoff spot chances. Obviously Detroit with Seattle loss, Rams loss, Green Bay, Minnesota. It gets really convoluted. So Detroit's got a chance. Philadelphia also has a chance. Everything else is pretty much, no one else can do anything. This is like the longest it feels that we've only have one team clinched for the playoffs. Like it's one team. It's just the 49ers. They've already clinched their playoff berth, but they can win their division with a win or a Rams loss. Wow. That's pretty cool. Anyway, let's not talk about that boring shit anymore. Let's get back to the cool football stuff. But yeah, those are all the playoff chances. There's like 4. Isn't it crazy? Like we're week 15. And only one team's in the playoffs, and only 4 teams can clinch this week. And one of the clinching scenarios is basically just the 49ers clinching more playoff stuff. It's like, yeah, we're just going to get more. Like I said, no one else wants to get in the playoffs. You know what sucks is it feels like the 49ers are waltzing to a Super Bowl this year. I don't think anyone's beating these people. They're so far much better. Like when they're fully healthy, it feels like they're way better than everybody. Like, and it's not even like a close gap. It feels like, I don't think anyone's better than the 49ers. Ravens, maybe. It just feels like the the Niners are so far ahead of everybody right now. Feels like this weird little island that the Ravens exist on, or the Rams exist on, or the 49ers, sorry. Yeah, they play each other this year, which is crazy. Could be a Super Bowl preview. You know what that means, right? That means the 49ers are losing in the playoffs, and it's going to be like Detroit versus man, the Detroit-Miami Super Bowl everyone keeps talking or has talked about earlier in the season. You know how fucking fun that would be? I'm also looking forward to the Denver versus Miami playoff game. I think everybody wants that, right? Like, I'm not the only person who thinks about like that playoff game, like Denver versus Miami. I'm like, oh, dude, the revenge. Oh, that'd be so cool to watch. You feel so unstoppable and fully healthy. That's a good thing for me. Fuck Philly. Yeah, I feel that. Then, have you come around on Brock Purdy? Did you see his quote about how he said he probably shouldn't be getting it? He said it's cool to get MVP talks, but in all honesty, the MVP should be given to the team, not him. He talked about how Debo and Ayuk and McCaffrey are far more deserving of like any kind of that talk. And you haven't come around on old Brock yet? I think that's how he views it. But like, I mean, what if that's his actual views though? He's like, listen, dude, I'm a super team merchant. Fucking don't vote for me for MVP. That's basically what he was saying. Yeah, the Jimmy G shit is really bad though. It's really telling. Brock Purdy and Jimmy G are basically the same quarterback. And by the way, you know what argument I've been having for multiple years regarding Jimmy G? That they would have never moved on from Jimmy Garoppolo if Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't made out of fucking paper mache. But guess what? Everybody told me I was wrong. No, they hate Jimmy G. Yeah, guess what they did? They went and replaced Jimmy G with Jimmy G. And Jimmy G didn't have fucking CMC or Brandon Ayuk, and he had like a very young Debo Samuel. Come on now. This is basically the same. Isn't that crazy? Everyone said no, they want a different quarterback than Jimmy G. Why the fuck did they replace Jimmy G with fucking Jimmy G? No, they don't. They didn't want to move on from Jimmy. Jimmy literally is made of glass, dude. You had to move on from Jimmy G. Heartbreaking. They were so good with Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback. They probably undefeated with Jimmy this year. A healthy Jimmy. Yeah, Purdy does have a really good arm though. His arm is really, really good. It's he's shaping up to be a good quarterback. Is the secret brother of. Yeah, Jimmy could throw it deep too. Yeah, when Jimmy was healthy, he was really good. But I don't know. I like Purdy. I think he's shaping up to be a good young QB. I don't know why everyone was so hard on the guy. Yeah. Again, I understand that the kid is a bit of a recipient of a very good team, but I mean, so was Mahomes. Mahomes took over a 12-4 team. So I feel like it's okay to let Purdy have a moment. Should he be MVP? Fuck no. If anyone on that team is MVP, it's Christian McCaffrey or fucking Debo. But the MVP, I have my own MVP rankings. I think they're better than the actual AP MVP. I call it the Rob VP. It's far more prestigious, or at least it will be one day. My rankings currently sit 1, Tyreek Hill, 2, Christian McCaffrey, 3, Myles Garrett. I'm favoring Myles Garrett to win the award, mainly because if he can get to 20 sacks and make the playoffs, I think that's pretty. I think he pretty much put the Browns there, like all by himself. So, you know, we got to put him in there. I mean, that's like a 2-win team without Myles. I think I'm not too sure. Tyreek Hill, I also is just having an unbelievable season. I don't think any quarterbacks are deserving this year. For what? Like, half of you motherfuckers are being made. The only one is Lamar, and number 2 is Mahomes. But Mahomes had that little sissy freak out, so I can't get him no awards. So, if you want to say we got to pick a quarterback, I guess Lamar. That's not. Can't pick that fucking Mahomes guy after that. Jesus Christ. No. Mahomes, what happens if they wouldn't have held Mahomes back? What was he gonna do? Was he gonna fucking kill the ref? I wish they would have let him go. I'm like forever gonna be curious about what Mahomes' plan was if he would have got let go. Yeah, pretty much, Ven. That's how I view it. Well, I mean, there's other players, there's positions. MVP isn't supposed to be a quarterback award, but it's become that. Hopefully Tyreek can win it this year. I'd really like to see that. Even though I don't like Tyreek Hill. I like Tyreek Hill, I just don't like where he plays. Same problem I had with Marvin Harrison. I liked Marvin Harrison. I just hated that he was a Colt. It's like, God damn it, dude. You'd be so much better if you just came to the Patriots. Pretty much, Ven, it was bad. They weren't as good. I can't believe you said that shit to him after the game. That was probably the worst part. Like, not even a GG. Yeah, no, it's like weird because they're really actually close buddies. Like what's what does he think Allen's supposed to say? Yeah, I know, dude. Like, Allen looked confused. He's like, God damn it, what am I supposed to say here? I felt bad for Josh Allen. I don't fucking like that guy. I'm like, dude, what if... I'd be like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Sorry. Sorry about your luck, fucker. The fuck do I care? Yeah, it's like, why'd they just start... They just stopped running it. Like, yeah, I don't know what Mahomes was... I don't know what he was doing telling Josh that. I felt kind of bad for Josh. Yeah, I know. You'll forever have a soft spot for Mahomes. I get it. It's the same thing I had with Drew Brees. I never could hate that guy. Everyone else would clown on Drew Brees, and I'd be like, hey, he just needs to retire. Old noodle arm Brees ain't got it no more. And that's about as mean as I gotten, because at the end, he did have the noodle arm. I can't ignore facts. Peyton Manning had worse than a noodle. I don't even know what the fuck that was that last year with Denver. That might have been the worst quarterback I've ever seen. You guys remember that last year for Peyton in Denver? The NFL don't ever show highlights from that year. That shit was crazy, dude. Peyton was throwing the ball like 8 yards down the field, wobbling, barely getting... Like, that wasn't... Like, I'm not misremembering this, right? Yeah, okay, I'm right then. Yeah, okay. That was a real memory. Okay. I thought I'm, like, over-exaggerating it in my head, like, how bad it was. Like, they were starting Brock Osweiler over him, right? Like, he lost the starting job to Brock Osweiler. And that's why I always say Peyton Manning got drugged to a record of... No, they won the Super Bowl that year. Peyton Manning got drugged to a record above 500 in the playoffs. That dude was like 12 and 12 and 12 or something like what's his playoff record? 13 and 12? I believe he was 11 and 12 prior to that year's playoff run. And they got his ass to above 500 in the playoffs. It was bad. It was like 10 and 12 or some shit like that. And then they won those 3 games. And that was basically how Peyton became 13 and 12 in the playoffs. Yeah, I know all about that year. Because trust me, I fucking... That was the years in that offseason. Guess what happened? Peyton Manning, there's some HGH that got intercepted somewhere, and it was sent to Ashley Manning, which is weird. But like the HGH never made it to Peyton, and all of a sudden he couldn't play football no more. Isn't that weird? I don't know. You tell me. For sure, Fernando. You have a good night, man. I appreciate you listening. I'm a very conspiratorial person regarding Peyton Manning. Do I think he actually took steroids? Maybe. Not really. If he did, it was because that arm injury that he suffered. And I don't even care about that. I genuinely don't. His arm was like, to me, it wouldn't have been because it's not like Peyton could ever throw it that far or that hard. So it's not like when I make the Peyton Manning steroid jokes, it's mainly just because it's like he cheated too. Because all he does is talk shit about the Patriots cheating. So it's kind of just like taking shots at the little bitch. It's like, dude, You fucking 100% did steroids to come back from your injury. You dirty cheating bastard. But it is weird his head grew, so I'm not really sure what the fuck is up with that. Like, normally heads just don't grow. I don't think your head gets bigger. It's pretty much like the same size for your whole life. Except for when you're like a tiny, tiny baby. Wouldn't that be wild if you had a full-size adult head as a baby? Babies would be so scary. Yeah, wah, wah. Just like, oh. You just have a fully developed jawline and shit. People wouldn't care for babies. They'd throw them shits in the garbage. They'd be like, oh, full grown ass man came out of me. I was thinking about that at work today, how scary that would be. If babies didn't look like babies and they just had like full grown adult faces, but on them little ass bodies. Like, oh, you'd see a lot of babies in the garbage. Punch holes in them. Like, damn, dude, that guy just punched a hole through that tiny ass man's face. And that's basically how you could describe the Panthers football team. Had to bring it back to football somehow. I'm like, all right, I'm losing it. I don't know how I can bring this back. It's going to be a tough sell. That's the Panthers' approach, though, to team building and coaching and everything above. Do you think it'd be baller if the Panthers traded away their next year's first round pick for this year's first round pick? They're like, all right, listen, Chicago. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Next week's is gonna be off the chain. I'm gonna go so fucking ridiculous. I'm gonna be looking up. I need to have a really good week next week. Cause that's gonna be my first upload post troubles. Oh, I wouldn't use me as the sole source. I'm not the greatest for that. I hope I'm not the only person you're using. Because again, you got to remember my research is always somewhat limited. Okay. Yeah, you're probably never gonna win much with my shit. it's all especially with the Patriots pick I made this week. Yeah. It's just you just look for like good insight and stuff like, oh, that's actually a pretty good point. Yeah, sometimes I have surprisingly good sentience into a game. It's just like, and I fucking got it. Nice. It's a pretty good reward. Something in my head tells me I don't like gambling though, so I'm just not gonna do it. And just like, really? It's like, yeah, I just don't like it. I'd be a good religious person. Like, I'd just be really good at it. Like, I'd just be a perfect religious. I don't drink. The only thing I do is smoke pot now. I'd be like a perfect fucking and that's natural, so there isn't even rules against it. Literally, there's no rules because probably didn't like exist at that point when they wrote the Bible. So, yeah, that one got in under the gun. I think that's literally like the rule in Islam. It's like, well, technically, it's not in there. It's like, well, technically, it doesn't say weed's illegal. Why? It's not in the book. That's how one of my friends justifies it, by the way. They're like, well, it's not technically forbidden. Why? Well, it's not mentioned. It's like, that's because they didn't know about it. It's just something that very few people knew about till a certain point. Or they did know about it and they just, we're not going to put the weed on there. God likes this shit. I'm going to look at some news really fast too, just to make sure we didn't forget anything. Oh no. Fumbles out of the end zone. Why? Hold on a minute. Why are they doing that? Why fumbles out of the end zone? I expected the hip drop tackles, kickoff play, tush push, fumbles out of the end zone. That's, God damn it. So now it's not going to be a free fucking safety or a touchback. I wonder if they're gonna get rid of it being a touchback and just make it a safety for if you fumble out the end zone. Just all right, let's eliminate all this weird, complicated crap around it, because there is like a series of weirdly complicated rules around the fumbling out of the end zone. It's just where it's like it should just be a safety or a touchdown depending on what happens. I don't know. They'll figure it out. Who cares? Yeah, why wouldn't he? Why the hell wouldn't Goodell back the calling in KC? Yeah, the guy lined up way off sides. You know what's funny? The NFL deprioritizes that call. Like they tell referees not to call offensive offsides, like let it go. Give them like a warning. You get a lot of chances with that one. So it's just like, dude, that's embarrassing. Like Andy Reid called it embarrassing. It's like Andy Reid. The only thing that's embarrassing is the thing that they don't want the refs calling at all. They're told not to call that shit is offensive offsides, dude. Like you have to have fucked up so bad and so often on that to get that call actually made against you. It's unbelievable. Been called 11 times this year, 3 times last year. It's like that's how rare of a call it is. And there's been, what are we at? A little over 210 games, like about 210 games played this year. And there's been 11 times that penalty's been called. It's like, God, you dumb motherfuckers. With a win plus Washington plus Philly. Yeah, that one guy, you've got to be goddamn conflicted. Because it's like on one hand, it's like, well, if we make the fuck is this? Yeah, because dude, you have to be one of the most conflicted fans on earth, because it's like you want that draft stock, but it's also like, boy, the amount of shit you could talk if you guys actually make the playoffs with Tommy DeVito. But I feel like you're too afraid to get in, because the second you buy in, that's when everything collapses out from underneath you. Tommy DeVito throws 4 picks. The gabagool's cold and shitty. Tastes like asshole. Or you're just like, oh, damn it. I fucking bought in at the wrong time. Could have had a fun few games. Fucking bullshit. Do you guys play the Eagles again this year? It'd be cool if you did. Because, man, could you imagine if Tommy DeVito beat the Eagles and cost the Eagles the division? Ooh. Could you imagine he beats them twice? How fucking funny that would be. You'd basically just hand Dallas that. You'd be like, here you go, Dallas. There's the division for you guys. Like a Tommy fucking DeVito. Is that about the only thing you got where you're like, you know what? I like this fucking kid. He just ruined Philly's season. What a good dude. There has to be something out there. Because there is something that'll make Ben like Brock Purdy. I don't know what. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, if he makes the playoffs on that, then I guess it's like, so fucking be it. I can live with that kid if he beats that one team. Because again, that ruins their season. That basically just puts the Philly at like the 5 seed. And like there's an even wilder shot that like Detroit just wins out. That's not going to happen, but what's up, Daniel? Like there are so many wild things where Philly could even go as far down as the 6th seed. If they just keep losing games. Like, it's funny to think about. I don't know. To me, at least, it's funny to think about. Yeah, I don't know how the NFL is going to sell people to watch this fucking Bronco or this Raiders-Chargers game. Do you think that's going to be the lowest watched game of the year? Really? What's their points for and points against? Is it like kind of like what the Vikings were last year? Where it's like, oh yeah, the Vikings are a pretty good team, I guess. Why do they have a negative point differential? That's crazy. That was crazy last year. That was absolute insanity with that Vikings point differential. I guess that should have been. I guess that was the thing that made everybody go, "This is a bad football team." They're fucking so goddamn lucky. Because it's like, how? It's like, well, we lost one game by a blowout, and we won every single other game by 3 points. Yeah, all of our losses were blowout losses. Yes, multiple like 20-point losses. Did you guys see Kirk Cousins? Kirk Cousins. That's his name, right? Yeah, Cousins is Cole's cash chain. He finally got his own ice. I'll show you guys. It's pretty cool. This is risky. Kirk Cousins got it safely. Whoo! Didn't want Twitter to load up on my shit. Hold on. Yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. Are Mahomes, Zach Wilson, Purdy, and Dak. He's even got the Kansas. Oh, he's got the Kirk Cousins on it. You know what's funny is Kirk doesn't even deny. He's like, "Yeah, I'm a big Coles guy. Sure, that place rules, man. You see all the nice clothes they got over there." That's how you know he's from Michigan, because like Coles is real fancy shit here. And like that dude got some money, and he's like, "I'm shopping at Coles now." He's like that. That all adds up. If the Niners win and the Rams, yep, Niners can clinch their division. They just got to win. They don't even have to be and. I think the 49ers just win if they win their division. Almost made the cut. Yeah, Sam Howell tried to beat the Eagles a couple times. He came real close. That motherfucker is a menace to the Philadelphia Eagles. If they get any better, he's going to beat them. Reminds me of the Broncos, just slowly meandering at the Chiefs for all them years, and then finally, we beat them. Anyone who followed that thing knew it was eventually going to be Denver who finally gave, because I believe that was Kansas City's first division, Mahomes' first division loss. I don't think he's ever lost in that sumbitch. They go 6-0 every year with him. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right? Chargers been dog shit for a lot of his runs, so they never stood chance. The Raiders are the Raiders. They've come close once. But yeah, and the Broncos never beat him either until this last game. Yeah, at least it was plus 21. Yeah, the Vikings, I think last year was like minus fucking 40 or some crazy shit like that. I'm telling you, the Vikings had a wild point differential last year. For as good as their record was, it might be the record lowest point, separation for a 13-win team ever. I'm gonna say, dude, it was like historic low for how good their record was. It was like minus 40 and they had fucking 13 wins. Almost the goddamn 1 seed of the playoffs. It's like, yeah, we barely win all of our games, and then, we've been blown out a couple times, so it looks way worse than what it is. It's like, no, that tells the whole actual story. You guys are fucking merchants. So yeah, we're pretty lucky. That happened against the Patriots. Remember, we blew them motherfuckers out, and then the refs, whatever. We're not Mahomes in it. We're not going to Mahomes it. They got to hold me back, though. Do you guys think picking up Matt Stafford was a good move for the playoffs? Oh no, Keenan Allen's out. I gotta find a replacement. What should I do? Let's see. No Keenan Allen. Oh fuck. All right. Well, let's go take a peek here, huh? Boy, everyone's hurt, huh? That sucks. No, I don't know about that. Let me see something. Huh. Damn it, I've already going heavy running back. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Right now, I think I'll go Daubs, but I'm not sold on this alignment yet. I'll have to do some research. I want to use. I don't know. Let's see what else we got to talk about. Moving over all the playoff stuff. About 3 teams. One team has like a playoff division they could clinch. Are we forgetting anything? I feel like more happened in the NFL lately. Or is it basically we got it all? I think we've covered most of it. Let's see. Oh, Super Bowl 59? No. What the fuck number is that? LX1. That's L1061, right? Yeah. That's that number, right? LX1. Because it's like 50 plus 10 plus 1. And since they're not like behind it, it's not like fucking 41. Arabs did the number system way better. They're just like, well, our system is just like we got these cool looking things. What are they? Is it 4? All right, that makes sense. That's what 4 would look like. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Roman numerals are. As soon as we got away from that, as soon as we seen the Arabs' way of doing it, we were like, yeah, that's way better. And everybody was just like, yeah, that's fucking way better. You know, like 1, 2, 3. Instead of fucking I. Fucking Romans suck, dude. Yeah, Niners play the Dolphins in Brazil. Yeah, they're gonna be doing a Brazil game. That's pretty cool. Mahomes admitted it was his emotions getting the best of him, which is fine. Bill Belichick disregarded all that dumb shit. That's cool. Sao Paulo, Brazil. Damn. Al Michaels won't be calling playoff games for NBC this year. That's kind of crazy. Nick Mullins is starting. I'm thinking that Malik Cunningham got signed by the Viking or the old buddy Ravens. Niners clinched. We already talked about all that. Drake May's going to the draft. Smart man. I don't know. Anybody got anything else? And it looks like the Niners are fully bought in on Brock Purdy too, by the way. Kind of in a similar way that they were bought in on Jimmy G. I think they like Brock Purdy in a similar way. Because again, they're the same quarterback. Very similar guys. Except apparently Brock Purdy's a tough guy. But fucking Jimmy G would have just retired if he had to get UCL. So he'd been like, no thanks. I ain't gonna fucking do that. That sounds scary. Guess I'm done. It's just injury retirement for Jimmy G. It's like, well, Jimmy, it's fixable. No, it's not. Just please say it's not. I'm trying to quit. Come on, Doc. I can't come back from this one, please. Oh, no, you're good, Jimmy. Oh. But yeah, I guess it does. Again, it feels pretty good to have been right about my 49ers not wanting to ever get rid of Jimmy G, but he had to. I felt it was obvious, but hey. All right, guys. I know it's only been an hour 15 minutes, but I think that's where I'm gonna start to wrap her up for tonight. I ran out of things to talk about. I apologize. But that was a good run out. That was a good hour run. That was a pretty strong hour by me. And I appreciate it. It was a good hour of chatting with you guys. Chat was active. I tried to keep up with everybody, but I also had some stuff I wanted to talk about, and we got through all of it for the most part. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. We'll go live tomorrow night. I just I just don't know how good that can possibly be. Hey, we actually have 14 likes too. That's crazy. That was a good stream. But yeah, we'll go live tomorrow for Thursday Night Football for, I guess, the game. Might as well. It could actually be a fun little game, right? If like we don't go in thinking it's gonna be like a bombastic, fun like big game. It's like, I don't know, Easton Stick versus fucking O'Connell. I guess it's even quarterbacks. You know. Should the NFL field 16 quarterbacks that are equally good, and every team just gets to use an all-time quarterback? Something to think about. It's just like all the quarterbacks play for all the teams. Now it doesn't become like which team just happens to get the best QB. It's just like what team can actually build a good team. I don't think that'll work. I don't even know what I'm suggesting. I'm going to get out of here. You guys have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Thursday Night Football. And yeah, see you then. Peace out. Go Lions, go Tigers. And of course, it's always go Patriots. Even though my team sucks, we're getting top pick though. So yeah. Anything else before I go? It'll be about 30 seconds. Boom, boom. I'm guessing no. All right. That's a funny word. All right. Okay, well, I'll see you guys then. Peace out. Go Lions, go Tigers, and go Patriots.